Good morning and welcome to the Moose Minute Project on a very, very foggy Thursday morning. So, yeah, it is foggy, kind of like the direction that we seem to be headed these days. Headlights on for some, no lights on for others. Very, very hard to see cars when they have no lights on. But that's how it is in southern Wisconsin this morning. Very, very dense fog, a lot of moisture in the air. But it is what it is, and you keep moving on. So welcome to the Moose Minute Project on a Thursday morning here in Boscobel, Wisconsin. Titled, When You Call Names. So, since I was little, let's just say when I was young, because I don't know if I was really ever little, but let's say when I was young, everybody called people names, especially if you were on the lower end of the totem pole. Older kids always picked on the younger kids, however it may be. And I'm not talking siblings, however that happens too. I'm talking people in general. Name calling has always been a thing. But as we get older, we learn that name calling is just rude and makes no sense. To a certain extent, people still do it. People still come along with those things. But to the name calling is now hit, to me, an ultimate high. And it's because I think of social media, the ease of sending it out, the ease of bullying, whatever it may be. And to me, name calling is the initial stages of bullying, because if you have to come up with name calling, you're trying to show your authority over someone else, or that you're better than someone else. My mom used to always say, if you have to knock somebody else's down or their product down by talking about them, you don't offer a very good product. So, in the news, everywhere else, celebrities to anybody else, name calling is becoming more and more common. And I'm to the point of, instead of name calling, how about you tell me and be truthful? Don't blow up all the things that you can or could possibly do. How about you just state what you're going to do? It's kind of like trying to prove somebody doesn't belong where they are, or what are we going to do here now? And I'm hearing more and more about Joe Rogan and all of these guys that have their podcasts, and they're able to say what they want, when they want, about whoever they want. And some of it I get, but if you're going to try to influence people, how about you influence them in a positive way? State the facts. Let's just state a fact. Here's one, for example. If you couldn't personally tell Joe Biden was declining from the last year and a half, 2 years, and some people say, Chris, it was longer than that. Let's just say, right now, I can tell you honestly, I have seen a bad decline in the last year and a half to 2 years. And the last year especially. However, he is also a very senior person, late in ages. It happens. For crepe's sakes, us in our 50s are complaining about sore joints and some of our memory things and things like that. It's not a surprise, nor is it something that we should just go off the handle about. I have a mom with Alzheimer's, and that's part of this whole deal too. My mom has Alzheimer's, and we've been seeing the decline for years. So how about instead of going on that, let's try to figure out how to fix where this country is headed. But instead, all we do is name call. And I want to know what you're going to do. As a friend, as a person in this society, instead of name calling, how about you figure out a better vocabulary and you try to help people? So back to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan said, hey, Biden getting helped off the stage. Everybody wanted to blow it up. That, oh my gosh. Well, yeah. If I would have been there and I'd have been around, I'd have probably helped him off stage. It's what you're supposed to do. He's an elder. He's an elderly person. So instead of name calling, how about we start helping situations? It's kind of like everybody talking about who crosses the border. How do you know? I personally haven't ran into one. I personally don't know them. Because there's not signs on them. I was thinking about this on the way in this morning. As far as abortion goes, everybody's like up in the arms about abortions and we're not here to judge. The great creator, he will judge. The day will come. And who knows if we're there now or 100 years from there. But the day will come that the great judge will make the decision. It's not our job. Our job is to help point people in the right direction. But if somebody's had an abortion, how do you know? You don't know. If Jeffrey Dahmer, if everybody's telling me that Jeffrey Dahmer is in heaven now because he repented and he asked God for forgiveness and it was done. Really? You're going to tell me then that, we're going to control this because it's a religious thing and I'm a Christian and but I'm also here not to judge. That's part of being a Christian, as far as I know, is not judging. So I'm not here to judge anybody. I am here to say, okay, yep, that's your decision. If you choose to get an abortion, or if you choose to have an affair, or if you choose to steal, or if you choose, that's your choices. I can't judge you, and I can't tell you where you're going to end up. I can give you a rough idea that, yes, that's not good. It's in the Bible and things like that are there. But for the fact of that everybody's now on this bandwagon of being a Christian, and that gives them the right to vote for someone in particular, that's not the right thing about it. We're not here to judge people. They have the right. There should be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They have a right to do it. And there shouldn't be a discussion as a person and this is mine. This is my channel. So you don't have to watch, you don't have to pay attention, whatever. But this is where I stand as in name calling and trying to narrow everybody's rights down to somebody, is not the right answer. Name calling, especially coming out saying, oh, that guy lies, when the guy that you're talking about and wanting to support lies too. Don't come back to me with it. Don't come back to those scenarios. Make sure that you have your exact evidence and proof before you start name calling somebody else. And then don't try to twist it to make it work in your favor. I still think the things on Facebook of where everybody in the government should wear a racing uniform, basically, of who's behind them. Because here's my scenario would be that if you came into office worth $1 million, okay, and you left and you're now worth $2.5 million, that worth gets turned over to the government because obviously it helped you. Wonder if that would take away some of the special interest. Or here's what you're given. Everybody's given the same amount of money to do their advertisement with, to do their promotions, to do whatever. There is so much back-end money. Why do you feel that people like Joe Rogan, Kid Rock, and what's on the other, people on the other side just as bad, the Koch brothers, to anybody backing either party? I'm just saying right now, because on social media, both of those and Ted Nugent, they all get blown up because they're all over social media. But what happens? Why do you think they're all there? It's kind of like, why do you feel somebody runs for presidency? For the $400,000, it costs millions and millions of dollars to get into office. For a $400,000 a year job? No, there's more to it than that. There's more to the back end. There's more to these extremely rich people backing certain sides because there's gains for them. It's not like life for me doesn't change. It's been the same since I was able to vote. So back in 93, when I was starting to able to vote, it hasn't mattered who's been in office for my paychecks. My life has not changed financially. Yes, as the times have went on, I've made more money now, but the money isn't worth as much as it was back then. So when do you start to actually focus on what's important? What can you affect every day? What can you do to make life better for those around you? And maybe I'm getting more raw because I watch my mom decline drastically, and I'm watching as we continue to vote for people and we continue to promote people that are old. My wife asked me last night, what about a female? What do you feel? I'm not caring about it. I haven't paid a whole lot of JD Vance's stuff, but at least he's younger. At least I can understand what he's talking about. Yes, he's on an agenda as well. Kind of like, at least Kamala Harris is younger. At least we're going in the right direction of age versus 90-year-old white men. And I want mixed races. I want mixed age groups in there because I'm 50. And for you to relate to me, you can't be 80 and 90 years old and extremely wealthy. You just don't relate to me. You don't relate to most of us in this world. Yes, you're going to relate to the others that are in the top 10% or top 1%ers. And that's where it's at. So that's the Moose Minute Project this morning. Kind of off tangent a little bit, but I'm so tired of the name calling. And why are you doing it? Why do you want somebody off the ballot? Stephen A. Smith, check him out yesterday. I don't agree with a lot of things he says, but I do agree with some of the things he talks about. And yesterday I saw a clip of his that I was really impressed with. Is why are you concerned about who's on the ballot if you are supposedly bringing the top product to the game? If you have the best guy for you on your ballot already, who cares who's running against him? Should be a landslide if you have the best people. And then here comes it was stolen and there was lies and blah, blah. Stop. Just stop. The conspiracy stuff has to quit. It is a bunch of just nonsense to get you worried about and off focus of what's really happening. And that is both parties are as crooked as the day is long. So stop. Let's focus on making this place a better place to live in. And that's for everyone. So whether it's the homeless, which, I never dreamed I'd be driving in a vehicle looking for homeless people, but that's what I was doing last night. I was out looking for homeless. And there are some in Richland County and in the city, believe it or not. As we all worried about this, and we're worried about anything and everything except for what's truly important, and that is the human being that are around us. So, I was asking about, we went to the Madison market on Saturday morning. We went to the Madison farmers market. As you're walking to the farmers market, there are people that are sleeping in alleys on cardboard boxes to stay off the ground, wrapped in a blanket, cuddled together, whatever it may be. I think we were talking last night. I think there's anywhere from 500 to 1,000 in Madison. I think in Dane County, there's about 1,000 of homeless people. And there is homeless people here in Richland Center. There's probably homeless people here in Boscobel. And a lot of them have the mental diseases, things like that are going on, or they've burned bridges with families, who knows. But it's disheartening. And if it doesn't hurt your heart at all to see this kind of thing going on, you're an odd breed individual, I guess. And maybe I care too much about other people because I am truly blessed. I've got a new truck. I live in a beautiful home. I've got a lot of things going on that are extremely, extremely blessed to be where I am. I'm extremely blessed to be healthy again. And that could change tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know when my time's up. And I don't know when the good Lord's going to need help, I guess. I don't know. But that's where I'm at today. A lot on my mind today, that this name calling and everybody just clicking on the internet. Oop, I'll clip that. I'll share that. I'll click that. I'll share that. When a lot of it isn't even true. So be careful of what you're talking about and be able to back it up besides name calling. Be able to be truthful. Be able to be honest about where you stand. And don't just do it with name calling. Don't do it with, those Republican jackwagons or the libtards or whatever you want to use for terms. Both sides. If we are truly wanting to be Americans, we need to get rid of the right and left and become back to the center and be focused on where we go as a country, not individually, and work from both sides of the aisle. That's where we're at today. That's the Moose Minute Project. And most people may comment on here, I'm crazy. I don't know. I'm just where I am today. It's just, I'm just sick and tired of it. I want to enjoy life. I've got a very limited time left on this earth to make a difference. And, Alzheimer's battle is going to be on mine. I'm going to try to make the difference in that world, due to the fact that I've got to keep Mom in Hudson. And it's 7 hours round trip from me. And when I have issues arise that have arisen in the last couple days, and I can't just be there at a click of a button or a 45-minute car ride, because I can't find a facility that will take her, I have bigger things on my plate. So that's where we're at with that. But I will be becoming an advocate for Alzheimer's and healthcare in general for our elderly. It is lacking bad, and we seem to be not focused on that group. We continue to talk about taking more and more away from them or having the cost of living for them go up. That is not in correlation. So that's where I'm at with the Moose Minute Live project today, and I appreciate everybody listening and ranting and raving about it with me. As always, I hope you have a blessed day. And get a chance, bless somebody else's day as well. It'll help in the long run pay off. So, enjoy the time. And if you want to see any of my past stuff, it's on my YouTube channel, all my other past videos. But I truly appreciate everybody that listens and watches my videos. Have a great day. We will talk soon. See you tomorrow morning for another Moose Minute Project in Boscobel, Wisconsin.